All right, guys, welcome to my channel. It's going to be about cycling. In my point of view, I'm essentially a casual cyclist, and I just want to talk about, some of the struggles, some advice, and also a walkthrough of my current journey, which will never end really, because this is cycling and it's about health and fitness. So we're going to talk about the ups and downs and goals, like I mentioned before. A fitness routine, cycling equipment, cycling apparel, and what works, what doesn't work, in my point of view. So I've been cycling for the past, let me see, 2017. So that's 8 years, I would say. Right now we're in 2025, January 12th. So we're basically going to ramp up my journey again, which I mean is be more serious about it. And this is where we're at so far. So, with cycling, obviously, and health and fitness, weight does go hand in hand. And let me see. So I was doing it for 2 years. And now I decided to start fresh because this page was getting a little bit too heavy mentally. So I wanted to start fresh. So January 5th, of 2025, I was 201. And today I weighed in at 197.1 pounds. My lowest weight on record was 157. And I couldn't hold that weight. I couldn't maintain that weight. Looking back at it now, I did a lot of errors. So we're gonna see how we can basically, the name of the game is basically habits now. So we're gonna talk about how we're gonna keep the weight off and maintain the weight off. And it's not just about weight. A lot of it for me is also about body composition, like a BMI. So we're gonna focus on not just the weight, but we also want to focus on building muscle and, losing actual fat. So yeah, basically we're going to talk about goals like that, what apparel works for me, and yeah. So essentially we have some cycling clothes that I'm going to talk about in this channel, and I'm just gonna go through a walkthrough of everything, because honestly this is a big struggle. The process is not easy. The process is not forgiving. There's a lot of ups and downs, emotionally, physically, even with just the simple fact that you might crash. What do you do when that happens? So we're gonna take it step by step, and I think that a lot of what I've been through is currently what you guys are gonna go through. For those of you who want to, if you guys need advice to see what I've done, obviously I gotta make my bed, so right now I'm doing laundry. This is my new place, by the way. I just moved out, and this is my room. I do have a second room, but I'll show that later. So yeah, so basically we're gonna talk about health, some of the challenges, the minor ones, the major ones, how do we conquer them. But one of my main things for this week was that I was actually focused for a while now, and certain things happened to me where I went to a certain store, and basically I wasn't treated fairly, and I almost let that derail me a little bit. I was like, what, maybe I should eat out a little bit. Maybe I should have some junk food. Maybe I should have a beer, which I do have in the refrigerator. But The reason why I have it there is because, you know, just in case I have someone over and we just want to have a couple of drinks or whatever. But that's what I have for now. I'm not really a beer drinker. But, you know, essentially what I kept telling myself, you know, my goals are very important to me. I have to stay focused. No matter what happens in my life, I cannot let that stop me from achieving my goals, because honestly, every little thing that you do helps the cause. So, like right now I'm having coffee, and cycling, believe it or not, goes hand in hand with having a treat like cake. And I went down that route. And you know, this is me back in 2021. One of the most fittest times of my life. And guess what? I was having a lot of pastries. And by the way, SpongeBob and Homer, The Simpsons is one of my favorite characters. But anyway, so essentially, you know, basically after 2022, you know, life happened for me a little bit. I got a little busy and I wasn't cycling as much. I still kept up with cycling, but I just couldn't have time. Well, I wasn't making time for cycling, but I was always interested in it. But guess what stayed? My appetite for the sugar, for the pastries, and I wasn't burning calories anymore. Nowhere near how I was before. So I was, well, I'm right now I'm breaking through it, but I was essentially addicted to the sugars. And where do you go if you're not cycling or exercising at all? You're gonna gain the weight. You're gonna gain some weight back. My highest weight was 249, and that was back in 2019, I want to say. But now I'm you know, as you saw, I reached my highest weight technically for my third time was 202. Now I'm losing it again. So I didn't go nowhere near as far up. And the only reason why I didn't go that high back up was because, you know, I did have a better understanding of nutrition. Right now I'm 35 years old, so I did take a lot of time to learn about macros. I did use my MyFitnessPal for a while. If you haven't used it, I highly recommend it. You don't have to use it for life, but you should definitely at least use it for a while. That way you know what everything costs you calorie-wise. And this is just black coffee with 1 tablespoon of honey. This is from Nespresso. The coffee's from Nespresso. And the cup is from Chip City. So yeah, this is gonna be basically no real editing going on. This is just straight through real life, sharing my struggles, my goals, my success, my failures. Yeah, so this is my room. And this is the journey. And right now I have a lot of long-term goals, which is obviously being healthy, but my short goal is that I want to be 160 by May, because I did join the TD Bank Fiboro tour. So I do want to be fit again, and I want to fit into my clothes, because I don't fit into my clothes anymore, into my cycling clothes. So like I feel bad. Yeah, so my short goal right now is to get back into my health, a healthy weight. That way I can actually wear my clothes for the summertime. So right now I'm just, you know, holding the bull by the horns and starting to stay focused. because we ain't stopping. We cannot stop. Take care, guys.